Hello guys, and welcome to yet another tutorial here. So today we are going to look at this admin dashboard here. In my scenario, I have created this admin dashboard having a mindset of hospital management system side, admin side of application, but you can use this admin dashboard as a template for you when you are creating any other application. So if you have application that you are building and you want your admin you have an admin site, you can use this as your template. I'll be giving a link to my to the GitHub for the full code. When we code this application here, you'll see it in the description of this video. You can just go clone it, maybe work with it, or you can go through it. You can just go through it with you, and then you see the things that you are supposed to know and how to build one for yourself if you want to build one for yourself. So another thing that I wanted to show you is how it works. So this is just a home page here. So when it loads, it will show you this as a home like here, and then you can just go to other pages like users, doctors, and just go here to add a user. For this scenario, I'm assuming that the admin is the one who will be registering users here, and after that you select even the role and whatever. So we'll be using this admin dashboard in my future tutorial in my full stack applications that I'm planning to build in the future. So if you're interested in such content, please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. So after that, now another thing that I wanted to add is that we look at creating these beautiful charts using high charts in Angular, and it's a very good package because it's not external. It is built in Angular, or we just need to install once that package, and it is lightweight package. So we just created this chart. I will just show you how to create these charts using high charts, of which you can use even more charts. It's not only like these two. It is not only like you can create two for donut and this one for line here. You can create for other plots, like for bar charts, histogram, and any plot that you want to make. So we just go through it, and then we see how it works. We start from scratch, and that's why you see here on another tab I have this application here. This has a blank page here, and I want us to start from here. So we'll create it so that it looks like this at the end of this video, and then you'll have gained knowledge of how you can create such a beautiful admin dashboard. So without much ado, you already know what is coming. Like, subscribe, and let's see you in the next video. So whenever you generate an Angular application, you see there's this code here, or this application that is built by default here. So now what you need to do, as usual, you come here, you open code, come into your app here, and then you open this app.component.html, and then select everything, Control A, and then hit the backspace. So now it's gone. Now let's save it and see how it looks like. So as usual, when you generate application using Angular CLI, you see what happens here. You have this application that is being built for you by default, and now we want to eliminate everything here and start our application. So what we do, we just come here in app, and then app.component.html, select all using Control A, and then hit the backspace there, then save, and then see if the changes has been done. So as you can see, it is now empty. So what we need to do now is we need to do a couple of things to eliminate the default margin that is there by default, and the margin and the padding. So you just come here in this index.html here, create a style tag here for styling, and now from here you can just do asterisk and then style it. So this asterisk means that we want to style everything in this page or in this application. So I just give a margin of 0 pixels, and then a padding of 0 pixels as also. So that's all that I wanted to do there, but I want us to create another font that we'll be using for every font, for every style or text in our application. So just go back here. Let's go into fonts in Google Fonts. So add here Google Fonts, and we can look for pop-ins. You can see here I use it a lot, that's why I have suggestion. You can see here I have used it, so that's why the color of this URL is of another color has changed. So now what I'll do, I just come here and then I can change to import and then click all of it just like that, and then copy here at our style. Now I can add it, and then the last thing that you need to do is to come here and then scroll down, copy this font family and then copy it. I think now here it is Roboto. I don't think I need Roboto at this time. I need Poppins, so that one can be incorrect. So let me first of all remove this and look for Poppins, font Poppins, and then let me first of all select Poppins. I don't know where, so here. So let me open these Poppins here. Let me select these Poppins here, and then it is just here, and then now you can see now this one here. So we can go here and change to import, and then let me copy everything here, like inside this style here, copy everything. So let me copy that and remove this one that I pasted here, and then I paste the other one now. So I just need this popping, so I just come here, scroll down and copy this one here. So this popping, I just want to use it, so copy it and then come back here in your application and add it here. So every font or every text in this application will use this pop-ins types of text format style. So now let's save, and because we haven't added anything, you can't see anything in our application here. So I just want us to assume we have to create a module. If you are not familiar with the Angular, you know you can use, if you are familiar with Angular, you know you can use modules. So I want us to create a module for admin, because I want to assume that this application has the side of user, side of admin, and the home page. So what I'll do, I'll just concentrate with admin side because we want to create admin dashboard. But all in all, you understand what I will be doing. So let's come here, and first of all, we want to just add any text to see if our application is working. So I'll just add this text here and say hello there, and then let me save and see if this is working. So let it reload, and you can see already here we have this text, and you can see the font text is popping. So now we can just go back, and first of all I will just generate one component. So let me come here and generate a component called home. So I'll just generate a component inside a components folder, and let's call it home, just like that. And after that we generate a module called admin, and that's where we will start working for this admin dashboard. So just come here and open and type Angular lazy loading and modules. So you can see already have been suggested here. So, and we can see how we can create modules, and inside those modules we create a component that is So let it reload, and now you can see you can come here and work with this, or learn about daisy loading, because daisy loading works with modules and it is very simple to work with. It is really simple to work with daisy loading and modules. So what you do, you just come here, copy this generate module and here, and include. You can see it is saying like it will include the root in this module here. So I'll just show you what it means. So let's copy it, come in here in your terminal. You see already it has generated the component, and this component is called home. So now from here now I need to create this module called admin, and it should include route. So then we call it admin, and then this one is admin. The routing is called admin, and the module is called admin. So now then let me enter here. So now before anything, we can come here in our application, and what we will do is just look for this app routing, and here we can include now this routing. From here now we can include the routing. So now what we need to do here is just come inside here. So you can see already they have created a module called admin that is called that will help us to daisy load this module here called admin. So let's create another object here, and this object we need to give it a path, and this path here we give it a default there as the root page. So now let's create component, and this component we will call it home component, just like that. And now because it can't reload by we need to indicate that this one should now, the routing should be controlled by Angular. We need to just come here in this app.component.html and add something that we call app router outlet. So we add this router outlet, so just like that, and now the routing has been taken by, or the loading of the component will be taken care by Angular. Just as simple as that. So now come here in my application, and you can see here we have this text here. So we are seeing this home page since we have added this routing here to be the default to load this home component, and we have indicated here we want Angular to take care of the routing and everything. So that's how you do your routing. So now remember, you can see here, if you go to the side of admin or admin route, it will load this module here, and everything from that module now can work. So when you come here and start by adding admin here, just like that, you see this text here, admin works, and this is because when we are generating this module here, it comes by default with a component called admin here. So you can see this is the module, and it has created another routing here. So this routing by default, when you go in this side, it will just take for a default one, and it has added an admin component here, so it will just load admin component. That's why you can see admin component here. So our admin works here. So from here now, this is where we need to start now working on our dashboard. And what I need to do, first of all, let me generate some of the pages or components that we would require. So let me generate a component in admin, and the first one is side nav, or this sidebar here, this one here. So what we'll do, just come here in your application and say admin, and then add this admin, and then you can add a component called side nav or sidebar, whatever you want to call it. and that this side nav I have shown you, it is this one here. So, and we need now this one here. These are the home, or we have home, we have users, we have doctors, but we want to generate all of this because it will be repetitive. You can, if you do for 2, you can understand everything and you can build for others. So let's see if it has generated already. Yeah, it has generated. Now we need to create for user or doctors, just like that, or doctors, and we will add another one, this one here, for adding user. So let me see if it has generated already. See, it has generated, so we can add another one for add user. Yeah, add user, simple as that. So let it generate. So now we can come and start working on it. So it has generated. You can see we have doctors, side nav, and everything. So now we can, let us come here in this default component here that is being shown in our application here. You see this one. Now here is where we need to start working on this. So first of all, what you need to do, you just create a div called container, and this div now will hold it will hold this side nav or sidebar. Let me call sidebar here, and this one, and it will now hold the main bar. So it will, we call it main bar, just like that. And now you can see we have sidebar and main bar. So what you should understand is that this is the side nav or sidebar, and this is the main bar. So now you can come here and add in a side nav, in the sidebar, you need to add the side nav or up side nav here, as you can see there. And now here you need to add something called router outlet, and this is to tell the Angular that you need it to take the part in routing. We don't want to deal with routing, let it take place. Now here is where the other component will be generated or will be embedded here in our router outlet here. So now what we need to do, before I forget, let us generate home. I forgot to add, we need to have a home component inside our admin. That's, I want to generate it inside there. So after that, now we need to take some steps here to create this this component as children's, because we want them to be embedded in this Angular component, this admin component here. So what we'll do, let me format a little bit. So if you know Angular routing, you can have path, component, and then children. Children are those components that can be embedded in another component. So let's create here a component. We call it name of children, and you can see we have children, and this children takes an array, and this array is array of objects, just like the one these routes here. So let me format just like that, and then we have an array of children here, and now this here we can give it path. In the first path we can give it a default as or a root one. So we can now add another component, and our first component here we will create a home, we will give it a home component here there. This is to say that when we are loading, it will just come here, check for this default route, and it will reload this admin component. But remember, here we have added this default one, meaning that it will just come here, load this side nav, but here in the main bar it should be taken care of by Angular. So it will just route everything that it will route with its own routing system. So now let's go back here in the routing. The other thing or the other route we need to have is for adding So we just adding user. So we'll add here, add user here, and then the last one here, it should be a path, and it should be for the doctors, because we have that side of the doctors. So now we can add here doctor and all doctors, and then give it a component of, doctor component, just like that. And this one is add here, it will be for adding. So this is add user component. So you can see now that's all that I want to do there. So now when we go on this admin route here, it will just take for us. It will just take here if we have. It will just take what is happening, and remember we have indicated that here in our admin it should have this sidebar, and it will generate this side nav, and here we tell it that this routing here can we give the job to the Angular. So it will just come here, check for this routing here, and it will see by default it should go to this home component, because this is the root or the routing here, and the default routing that is. So now you can see here in our application we are loading this side nav and homeworks or home component here. So now what we'll do, we just come here, and now we need to style it. We need to give this display of flex, give this flex of 1 and this flex of 4, because we want this to be smaller than this. So we just come here, add say container, and then we say display flex, and here now we need to have sidebar, and this one we can give it a flex, that is give it a flex of 1, and we have main bar, so main bar, and give the main bar a flex of 4, here. So now let us see how it looks like. So you can see we have this side nav works and homeworks So so that you start seeing, let's go and start styling this side nav here. So let's open this, close this, let me open this side nav here, and the first thing that I want to add here now is another container, to div.container first of all, and let me style it so that you start seeing the changes. So I just say side nav container, and then we just give a background color. Already I copied this background color here, because I don't know them on top of my head. So copy this color here, it's like dark blue. So let me copy it there, and we can give it a height of 100 VH. So as simple as that. So let's see if there's any difference. So you can see we have this sidebar here, so you can see it the same. So now what we need to work on is this text here, this icon and text, and so let me come here in my code here, and inside here now we can start creating those. Here you can see like this H2, and then we call it medics ben. I think it is medics ben, just like that. And then now after that we need to have this UL or list, and this list now we start giving it this text here. So the first one is home users doctors. So this one is home, and then we have this here. Let me copy and paste, copy and paste and copy and paste. So this one should be doctors here, doctors, and we have our users. Here it is users, and here you can give doctors. Another thing that we need to add our text is add user block and logout. So add user block, and then we have logout. As simple as that. So now we need to have icons, and we in our tutorial we will be using this font awesome icon. So what I do, I just take for this GitHub here for somebody who explain how to use this font awesome. So the first thing that you need to do is to just come here, copy this, because you need to add this package for font awesome. So let me copy it and add it here. So let me install it there. And now after we have added or installed the package, we need to now start using it. Right down here, you see you need to add this font awesome module in your module. For our case, we'll be adding it in an admin module, because we don't want to use we don't want to add in app.module.ts, because since we have module, if we didn't have a module, we could add it in app.ts.module.ts. So I think it has already generated, or it is prompting me to this. It is asking me, would you like to proceed? Yes. And now I think it should be generating. So after that, you just import now from this font awesome package, and you can import from this free solid CSV icons. So I think it is okay by now. It should be have generated. It's a long one, so we start building this. So what we'll do, we just come here and start styling. We need to give this h2 here, or this head here, styling of that will be in the center. So what we'll do, just say h2, or we can say dot container to specify h2, and then you can say display flex, align items center, and justify content center. You can give it a color of grayish, just like that. Let me see if it has installed. Hit enter. Okay, now it's installing. So I've added that, and now we can add we can style this URL here. So this URL, and then li, and then we can start styling. We can give it a restyle of none. Now that is okay there. So let me reload here. You can see it's taking a lot of time, so let's see if it has generated already. It is still generating. So you can see here we have this Medix then here, and now we need to start this one here. So what we'll do, we just first of all give this a margin top, because we don't want it to touch at the top there. So we'll give a 20 pixels. And another thing that I can do, I can just copy this to apply on everything in this side knob. We can add that color there. So I need another thing, so I can just say display flex, and I want to style them in the center, and then I can say align items and give it align item center. As simple as that. And let's see if it has styled. So let's see let's see if it will have that, it will style this one in the middle here or in the center. So let's see. So it is taking a lot of time, don't know why. So yes, the problem is we have a problem. So I know it's because I didn't add here flex direction to be column, just like that, and then you can see now, and you can see if it will correct the mistake. You can see now it has corrected this mistake. So now another thing we can do is to add margin, a little bit of margin. You can give a margin of, let's say, 30 pixels, and you can give a font weight. We can give it 300. Yeah, I think that would be okay. But I think it's no, it's not pixels. So let me see. Let me reload here. So let me see. So yeah, you can see now it's taking shape. So even you can add this margin to be of margin 40. I think that would be okay. And here you can give it a margin of or font weight of 700 to be a little bit bold. So let me reload again and see. Let us see how, yeah, now you can see it is correct, or it's working good. Now we need to add those font icons or font awesome icons. So I think it has generated already, or it is just generating. So we can give it time, and when it is finishes installing, now we can proceed. So let me see. It's taking a lot of time. I think my internet is slow, so we can just move and or we can just go on this side of home and start working on it. So come here in home, and now here you can remove this. And first of all, the first thing that we want is to add charts. We need this chart here. If you click here, we need this chart here. So now we need to come here, add the first div, and the first div we call it charts, and the first chart here we'll call it pie, and the other one we'll call it line or line chart. So we give it now line, so just like that, because it needs to have these two div. The first div here, it should hold it should hold this div here, and this one will be the line div, this pie div. So that's all that I want here, and now I can style them. You can see charts, and then I can add display flex, align items center, and is another thing, I don't think so. So you can add .py, and you give them a height of 400 pixels and a width of 300 pixels. The same with .line here. We give them a height of 400 pixels and a width of 300 pixels. As simple as that. And now here we can add justify content space between, just like that. And now to add or to see them, you need to add background color. You can give this background of red, and this one you can add a background color of blue, so that we see them. And let's see. So it is here. You can see we have these two, and we have a very big space here. So we can say maybe space evenly and see if it will do the changes. So let's see. So actually we need to give the other way around. This one should be height. So this one is the height and this one it is the width. Yeah. So 400 and this is height, 300 and this is now the width. So let's see. So let it load. So let it reload here. So you can see we have these two. Now you can give a margin top. Let's give a margin top or margin of, let's say, 20 pixels, and we can give a border radius. So let's give a border radius of 10 pixels. And another thing here, we can give a border radius of 10 pixels, just like that, and then let us reload again. So it should have a margin. So you can see those two. I think that border radius is large, or we can give it a smaller border radius. So let me add 5 pixels there. So let us reload again, and you can see now we have this two. We have these two div here. Now we want to add box shadow, because you can see here we have this like a shadow. So what I do, I just come here and there's a shadow, box shadow that I like to use a lot. So I just say box shadow in CSS, and we just come here in this first website here in W3 schools, and then when it loads, just move down until the last here, this last example here. Copy this and you can add on this too. So you can just add there and add it here. Now we can remove this background here, these two, and this one here, background red. So now let us reload. This is our application here. Let us reload. So you can see it is taking shape now. So first of all, we have this awesome. I think it has already generated for us. Yes, it finished. So what you need to do, just come here and in our admin here, admin module, we need to add font awesome, or we need to import this font awesome module. So it is font awesome module. You can see the auto completion. So now from there we can use it in our components here. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to use it in our sitemap here. So one of the things we need to do is to import. So I already have added this, or I had created this import for us to take or to save on sometimes. So you need to import these icons here, and then you need to initialize them just like these ones here. So let me copy, and now you can add them here. You can initialize them here. So now the last thing that I need to do is to add them in our HTML here. So now let me come here in GitHub, and you can see how you can use them. So let me copy this. So in HTML you can use now this code here. So what we'll do, just come here, and now because you're using them in this li or this list, you can add it there. And first of all, the first thing that I do, I give them a class of icon. Let me give it a class of icon, and here now you see it is giving me error because it doesn't have this coffee icon in our component. So I'll just add home there because it can we have that initialization in our component. So copy this, add it here. So I don't know where the problem is. Let me see for home, and now let me copy this from here up to here. So we copy it and add it here. So this is file user, and we have this one here. It is file user doctor, doctor. I think it's like that, and then we have this one here, and this one is add, and this one is for add there, and we add this block here. We have added an icon called for dot, and we have the last one here. We can add it here, and it is called for sign out, just like that. So I think, let me see, it is for sign. Oh, I call it logout, so that's why it is giving me this error. So we can just say log out, just like that. So now if you just save and come here in our application here and then reload, it should add those icons. You can see we have these icons here, but we need to give them a font size of a bigger font size, and also a space in their right, or margin in their right. So just come here in your CSS, and we have this icon class that we can use to style them. You can add font size and give them a font size of 25 pixels. A margin right, we can give them a margin right of 20 pixels. So let's see the change and how it looks. So let me reload again. So you can see now we have this beautiful sidebar here. So now the other thing that we need to do is to give cursor pointer to this li here. So we can give cursor pointer, and remember, when you hover over it, like just come here in mouse, you hover over them, it should give you a different color, or a color that will show you that you have hovered over them. So you add container, and then UL, and then li, and now you can add hover here, and then here now you can say color, and you hover over it, you can add this white here color. So let me reload, and now if you come here, you can see, you can see this, it is changing the color when you hover over them. So the other thing that I want to show you is we need now here in our side nav here, because you want, when you click these icons here, you just go to different pages. So what you need to do here, you just need to add to add router link here, and in our router link now we can add something like admin, and this one is for users, so you can just say doctors. And another thing, you can copy this, one here, copy it and add here in our add user, but here we'll add user. So because we can now use this router link to link with our pages. So I think there's no other pages that we are building, so you can just save, come here and reload it, and let's see if we can change from one page to another. So this is home page. So if we click here, you can see we are going to this doctor, this doctor component here. The same with this doctor. If you click here, you can go to user works. So first thing that I want to do, okay, this one I have not added here in home. So what we'll do is just paste the router link here, just like that, and this one should be admin. By default it should go to this admin here, so as a default route. So let me reload again, and now you see if you come here to users, you see here we have these doctors and everything. When you go back you can see this here. So now to use the charts that I want to use, we need to go and in our npm, and we can go and look for highlights, angular, high charts module, high charts, just like that. And then let me see how it works, or let me go in this package and show you how it works. So let it load, and now you can come here and read this documentation here. So this is the documentation. I don't want us to go through it because I will show you how to use it. So now what we'll do, you can see now what you can do. You can just come here into, you can just come in this repository and just go and see how this person has implemented, the person who built this package here. So I like to use these ones here over the material one. I feel like material charts and the charts, they are heavier a little bit. So let me copy this code here to install this package and to start using charts. So just copy it here, and another thing that I want to add here is high charts, just like that. I want to add those two packages, and those two packages we will use them now in our home here to plot on those charts. We'll use them to plot a donuts chart here, and here a line graph here. So let me see if it has already installed. So it is installing. It is not finished. So let me try and do other things before it, or let me explain a little bit before. So what you do, you just create a new instance of chart, and now first of all what you need is to add this chart module in your module, and again you just need to bind this chart and give it a new instance of chart. But I will just show you, and this instance is this one here, new chart, and you can see you can give this now options that you want and data here. So like this one is a chart for line that we'll be using. Like you can see here, it use this. So you can see here it is called the line, and if it is another chart you can include here something like pi, because donut is pi, and add the data here. So you can see the data that you require in this line graph here is just an array of numbers. If it is a pi, you need a data that looks like an object that will add and that will have a name and a value. A value can be of type integers, that is. So I think now this one here, it has completed installing. So now the first thing that we need to do is to come here in admin module and then add the chart module. So let me add here chart module. Let me add this chart module. I think, let me see, it is not important, so we can try chart module. You can see it here. So just import it, and I don't know why it is giving me some errors. Let me see where the errors. Okay, there were no errors. It has imported. So now we need to go into this home here, and the first thing in our component here. So the first thing that we need to do, first of all, is to import chart. So and create an instance. So first of all, I a new instance, or I need to have this line chart. We call it line chart, and we need to give it a new instance. So then we give it a new instance, or a new instance of chart, and this chart will be coming from this angular heights here. So import it. You can see it has imported it here, and you can see here inside it requires some options, and these options is just an object of data and other things, optional things that you need to add, or things that you need to add in order for it to plot the graph or to plot the chart. So I've already included my options, these ones here. You can play with it until you just grasp what it should do. So I will just copy this line here. I've given even the data, so it is this object that we require. So like just like that, I think yeah, it's okay. Now we need to add these options here. You can see, and these options are there. You can use them, or you can get them from here. You can see these options are by default. There is no need for you to master them. You can just come here every time that you are building a new application and see what you need to do, or what you need to add in your charts, and it will give you a good documentation. So let me close that first of all, and then let's go back here. So in our code here, so the next one we need to add is a new instance of donut. We call us our second a donut chart, and now this one we also give it a new instance of chart, and this chart also accept the options. So I have that options here, and you can come here, and it is okay. Now this here is the options that we need for. These are the options that we need for donuts or the pie chart. So let me copy it just like that, and then I don't think there are others. So let me copy it. It's a big object. It works like an option. So let me first of all maybe drag it up here. So I just copy it and see. So we have this one here. So let me copy it and until here, I think, or it is just here, yeah, right here. And now when you copy it, I think I should copy it. Yeah, I think it is okay. Yeah, it's okay. So let me paste these options here, just like that. And I don't think there is anything that we need to add. Okay, it has closed. Okay, it is closed. We have this edit is closed. We have this is closed. Okay, it's closed, and then yeah, I think it's okay now. So yeah, so now we need to bind it here. So here in our pie, what we do, we just bind by this chart here. You can see it is auto generating. So I need this one to be donut chart, that one, and yeah, we need to give this chart, to bind this chart to line chart here. So I think I called it line chart or something. So it is line chart. So let me add capital there. So let me see if it has plotted the graphs for us or the data. So let's see here. Let me reload here and see if it has generated for us. So you can see we have this here. We have this graph, we have this donut here, and we have this graph here. So now the other thing that I want to add here is font size and font bold. So let me come here, and in our CSS here at home, we can add font size. We can add font size to be 20 pixels. We need to have font weight to be of 900, and now we can copy this and add it, copy this and paste it down here. So let me save and let us see. So let us see here. So you can see now this one is not bad. We have these charts, and we have these two charts. This one is for donut and this for patient. If you want another graph, you can just go to highlights and see other options that you can add. It's not only this to COVID and this chart for donut and this one for line. I think there's another one called area charts. You can just go and look for them. So the other thing that I want to add now is this text here, and this text here. So I know that is simple for us because I already have seen how to style. So let's go back here in our home.component.html, and we'll add this div that we'll call it request. And now request will have two divs. The first div will be new user here, and we'll have another one here for approval, for div dot approval, just like that. So that's what I wanted to add there. So first thing that we need to have is that h2, and we say new users. We can add new users there, and now we have that list of new users. We add now here ordered list, and this one we can give it like a new user to be maybe John Doe, something like John Doe, something of the sort. We can copy this and paste down here, and this one can be Lois Doe, and the other one here can be Jason, and you can call this Jason Duff, and the other one here you can add maybe another person. You can call maybe Andrew. You can say Andrew, then you can say Andrew Tate. It's okay, and I think that's okay there. So here we need to have something else. We need to have approval. Let me first of all add this header here, and we can call this header approvals or approve. So now here we can add div that will contain approval item, or we can call approval item, and this approval item will contain a span, and this span will have names. So John, can say John Doe, and the same you can add these ones here. So John Doe, and then here we have a button that will add and call it or add it and say approval, just like that. So we can copy this and paste it here. We have approval, like for approval. So this one here is Jason Duff. Can just say Joe Duff, Andrew here. Andrew is just dummy data, and here we can add any other thing. Maybe we can add okay, something like, can call it Jane, just like that, and now we can start to style them. So let me see how it looks first of all. So you can see how it looks. It looks very ugly. So first of all, what we need is to style this request. So we just say dot request, and first thing is display flex, align items, center, justify content, space between or space evenly maybe, and maybe let's see, let me reload first of all and see how it will look like. So yeah, it's taking shape. So the other thing is to take this one here, new users, and maybe or this UL here, and give it maybe a space. So what we'll do, we just come down here and we can say okay, new user. So dot new user and new target h2, and you can give it a margin of 30 pixels. So that is, and now we can now target that user and list, and we can give it a margin of, let's give a margin of 20 pixels. Simple as that. And let's see how it will look like. You can see. So yeah, this looks beautiful, really good. So we can give it a font weight of bold, maybe font weight of 300 or 400. That's okay. And now I need to style this one here, approval here. So in our approval, what we need to do is target the UL. So we just say that approval, and we can target first of all this header here, and we can give it this margin here, copy, and then paste it here. And another thing that we need to target is dot approval or approval item, and we can give them display flex, and then align item center, and then justify content to be space between or space evenly. Okay, let me call it space between there. And another thing that you need to do is to add to style on the button. So I just get the button, say margin or border none. First of all, border none there. And another thing that I need to add is padding. A padding of, let's add a padding of 5 pixels, and a width of, let's say 150 pixels. And also you can give it, let me see first of all how it will look like. So let's see. So you can give a margin of, let's say margin of 10 pixels, and see how it will look like. When we give it a margin of 10 pixels, you can see how it looks like. And the last thing you can do is to give a font weight to be bold. And another thing is cursor. You can give cursor pointer. Simple as that. So when you reload, you see how it will be just as simple. So you can see now it looks really fine. So I think if you compare these two, I think this one even looks better than this. So I won't create every page here. Actually, this one I won't create this one. I want you to create that one, and I will create this one here, add user, because this is just a simple thing just create this, and you can add now here any page that you want, and it will add the router link to that component that is. So I just click this for adding here, and then I think we'll close there, because I think you have gained everything that I wanted you to gain in this video. We'll use this admin dashboard in upcoming video, so don't worry, we just go through it once more again, once more. So let me come here in our add user here, and what I'll do, I just now add that the container. I like to use container as a wrapper div, so let me add it there. So first thing that we need to add is now header. So I can call this add user. Let me call this add user there. And the second, the other thing now I need to add is, we need to add a div, and this div we called it, add item, just like that. So this one will contain a label. A label is, you can call this a label name, and we can give now this as input here, and now we can let us paste this here. Let's paste it and paste it and paste it. And the last thing here, now we can add button here and say submit, as simple as that. Now this one can be email, so this one can be security number, and here we can use admission number, and here we can add this, another item here, but now this one will be for select and option. So let me add select here and options. Now need to have this select here, and let us add options or option. So the first one here, we give it selected, and we can copy now, or we can call it this select, and now we can give this here, can copy paste. Now we can start add here like something like admin, add here like patient, and then doctor here. So add it like that, then save. Let's see how it will look like. So when we try and click here, you can see now we have this add user here, these forms. So what we will do is just now style them. So first of all, what I need is I will just say .container, and I will give a margin of maybe say 30 pixels, or maybe 20 pixels. And another thing that I want is to add item. In this add item here, what I will do, I will just say display flex, and flex direction should be column, just like that. Then let's add the add item, and let style input. We just say input, we can give it a width of, let's say, 200 pixels, and a padding of 5 pixels or 10 pixels, 5 pixels, and then we need to, let's say, display flex. And then flex direction to be column, and then the other thing is align items to be center. So So just like that, and then we can say dot container and button. So to style a button, we give it a width of say 200 pixels. We can give it a border none, background color. Background color can be the color that we use in our side nav here. Remember this color here. So let me copy this color here. So you can just come here and add it there, and then say color to give it a color of white. And now I think that's okay. I think that should work. So let's reload. So I think you need to select dot add item, and then select. We give a width of 200 pixels and padding of 5 pixels also. And so our button we can give it a margin of 20 pixels, and I think that's okay now. Let's see. Actually this one I should give it. Okay, I know where the problem came from. So let me first of all remove this, and you can give this a margin of 20 pixels. So let's see, and I think that's okay, but I need to give this padding. This button should have a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels, and I think this one is okay. So you can add that there. Actually you can remove this, you can reduce this margin. Let me go back and add it here let it be around 5 pixels to remove a lot of spaces. So let's see. I think that's good, but you need to, here in our select now, we can give it the same margin of 5 pixels also. And here we can give a cursor pointer. Now let us see how it will appear now. So now I think that's okay. I don't think I have so many other things to add. So you can see you can add and then select here. Yes, so now I think I have completed what I wanted to show you in this tutorial, and you can go ahead, try for yourself to create this admin dashboard here. I think it's good, or it looks nice. So you can use this as a template whenever you're creating admin or another application. And now we just use it in the next coming video. So don't worry if you don't know how to create yet. We'll just create it again when we will be building that application. So stay tuned. If you are new here, consider subscribing. So, and if you already subscribed, like this video, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.